Hey, my name is Mark Romanak, and it is a beautiful day for a test ride. We're going to take this boat out, a 172 Osprey by SmokerCraft, and see what it's got to offer. The 172 Osprey is 17 foot 4 inches long down the center line, has a 92-inch beam and a maximum horsepower capacity of 125. The 172 Osprey has got some really nice features here at the console. As I'm sitting here, one of the first things that jumps out at me, tilt steering wheel. Man, that's nice because you can tilt the steering wheel to get in here and then adjust it for your own personal preference when you're driving. As I bring it down, I can see the gauges nice and clearly. We got our speedometer, we got a tach, voltmeter, of course your fuel gauge is all very easy to see right here in front of you. On the right hand side over here are a set of toggles, and these toggle switches are going to control your basic functions in the boat. Your bilge pump, your live well pumps, your navigation lights, that type of stuff is going to be controlled over here as well. There's also a 12 volt accessory switch over here that's going to be perfect for charging your cell phone or maybe your tablet. Down underneath the console there's a flat shelf, and that's going to be a good place to put something like a VHF radio, or maybe you might want to store fishing tackle down there. And over here, this flat spot on the console, I think that's going to be the perfect location for mounting a combination GPS sonar unit. We've just jumped across over here to the passenger side console on the 172 Osprey. Very comfortable spot. You got a giant glove box. I mean a giant glove box. There's going to be plenty of room in here to store all the things that would normally go in a glove box, and maybe even some fishing tackle. Down underneath there's a shelf down here, and it's plenty big to be able to store bags of fishing tackle. And then over here is a little cuddy spot, and it's just going to fit all kinds of odds and ends that will slide in there. Kind of a neat little use of space, and normally that would just be covered over in a boat, but this allows you to have a little bit more storage. The back of the Osprey 172 has got a lot of usable fishing space. First thing that jumps out at me are these flat gunnels. I really like flat gunnels in a fishing boat because you could mount track up here and you could mount accessories like rod holders up here. A boat like this is going to be important to have those kinds of accessories, and this boat really accommodates them. When you go underneath the gunnel and take a look down here, you see these built-in rod holder racks. There's 2 on each side, so you can put 4 rods in here very, very nicely. And then the deck I'm sitting on here, if you wanted to stand in this and cast from this, you could, but underneath there's some important features. There's room under here to store tackle. You're also going to store things like your cranking battery as well. The Osprey 172 also features these little bench seats that have storage underneath them. It's a nice little feature because these seats can be moved wherever you want them and then anchored to the floor, so they're in exactly the location where you want them. When you open them up, there's plenty of storage room in there for up to a dozen utility boxes. So a little boat like this, you can have a couple dozen utility boxes. That's a lot of fishing tackle on a small boat. In the belly of the beast, there's a unique little storage compartment here. It's going to be the perfect place to put things like dock lines, maybe your boat anchor, maybe some extra life jackets. It's going to fit in there very, very nicely. The Osprey 172 also has a raised casting deck up here in the front. The gunnels are still flat and wide up here, so if you want to put track up here and put a rod holder up here, you can very easily. There's a little bit of a storage space underneath where I'm sitting here. That's going to be the perfect place to put your controller for your electric motor. And speaking of electric motor, this boat comes factory wired for a 12 volt electric motor. There's also a live well up here that's recirculated, and there's another dry storage compartment. The Osprey 172 comes with a bimini top that ties into a full enclosure canvas. That's a really nice feature on them sunny days to get out of the sun, or on those inclement days to get out of the weather. If you want to learn more about the Osprey 172, go to SmokerCraft.com and check it out online, or better yet, find yourself a nearby dealer and see this one in person.